Hey everyone. All right. Well, what a gorgeous, absolutely stunning fall day it was out yesterday. It was my sister's birthday and we celebrated. We had hot dogs, which we cooked over the fire on sticks. We had toasted marshmallows. It was a wonderful thing. We really had a good time. But it's definitely fall. I look out the window and I can actually see all the leaves falling off the trees. Yay! Raking season is here. It's definitely a Monday, though. It's a two coffee day, and wow, I'm tired. And I shouldn't be. I got great sleep this weekend, and I had a fantastic weekend. It was actually very relaxed. I spent a good chunk of it frankly watching my boyfriend work on the cookbook. We did some work on it together, but a lot of it was stuff that he had to do with the typesetting software, which I'm not practiced in using, of course, so I'm not there. But he did a great job. We're still working through it. I under anticipated the amount of work involved in typesetting the cookbook. I knew that it would be more than with the fictional book, but I hadn't really kind of figured in how much formatting goes on. And I still have the index to build, and that's a whole other animal. So apparently I have about 120 footnotes in the cookbook. I think I probably have the only overly footnoted cookbook available currently on the market. Wow. There's a bibliography. There's all of my notations. There's a lot of extra information in it. I'm really hoping people find it interesting and fun because I certainly had a good time making it. I'm dying to get it out to you guys, and I had hoped that it would be ready for going out this week, but it's just not going to happen. So I think Saturday will probably be the bulk of it. We're putting in the graphics and then finishing getting everything in line. Because, of course, I have to make sure that we don't have ingredients lists that split over 2 pages, that, it doesn't have a heading on one page and then all the information on the next. Like I said, it's a very different process than doing a fictional book. While I definitely enjoyed writing the cookbook and I would absolutely consider doing it again, I would not do this for NaNoWriMo. And yeah, because it's a whole different animal. It's a lot easier to do the interior for the fictional books because you've got a chapter heading and then the body of the text. You don't get a lot of footnotes in fictional books. I mean, I know occasionally you do, but it's pretty minor in the grand scheme of things. So, yeah. Anyway, it's coming along. Work is being done on it. I'm very excited about it. It's starting to look really awesome. And I can't wait to get it out to you guys. I'm like just stoked over the whole thing. I know a lot of people have said they want to tout it for me. I will let you know as soon as I have the galley copy in hand. At that point, I'm hoping I'll be opening it to pre-order because once the galley copy is in hand, it should only be a week or so before it goes out live. So we'll see what happens. Keep your fingers crossed and, send good juju my way because I could use it. Yeah. So I want to talk about nano because it's nano prep time. So just getting through my head, it is week 5 of nano prep. Week 5. There are only 6 weeks of nano prep. Do you realize it's October 12th? It's less than a month to nano. You may all cue panicking now if you're an author because, I'm looking at the date coming up and going, oh my God, I don't know if I'm ready. So in following along with the stuff that the people at NaNoWriMo are doing, this week is organizing our lives for writing. This is when we get our physical space ready for the big 50,000 word push. And so you guys can kind of see my little nook here. My bedroom is behind this. I actually have an upper floor bedroom in a house that wasn't originally designed. So this is like a repurposed attic area. And so this is the little bump out where the window is. And when I'm doing my videos, I actually have the ability to pull my backdrop up and eventually my green screen and block off the bedroom part so that I have just my private little nook here. But this is also where I write. Um, and I'll actually pick up the thing here and you can see a little bit. See, there's my little write. Hopefully you could see that and it wasn't too bad. And I hope that didn't, it looks like the stream may have gone a little funky there. For if you're watching, I apologize. I'm not sure what that does in the grand scheme of things. Anyway, that was a little view of my office. So I have a built-in desk, I have my chair, I have my workspace set out, I have my windows so that I'm getting some sunlight, and I adore this space. This space hasn't been used since I moved in here because I had an office downstairs, but with people working from home, thanks to the coronavirus, I had to kind of rearrange stuff. And so now I'm working up here, and it's actually, I'm feeling very good about this space. I have my little heater going in here because it's actually quite chill up here. There's no insulation in these walls, so it tends to get very cold. Like it was 61 when I woke up this morning. Oh, it's a tiny bit chill. And so when I'm working up here, I just heat this small space. I don't heat the main area. And that way it's fairly inexpensive. It's keeping me warm and my writing area warm, so I'm comfortable. And that's part of my prep for being ready for NaNoWriMo 2020. I need to be comfortable when I write. If I'm cold or too hot, if I don't have a drink, if I'm, if I've got my wiggles, I can't settle to do the writing part, and that's not good for me. Again, everybody does it their own way, so you're going to find the things that work for you. But for me, I always have a fresh coffee when I sit down to write, or tea, depending on the time of day I'm writing. And so I always have my drink. I have music going usually. I like to listen to, I call it Sesame Street jazz. It's the kind of music that was in the background of Sesame Street and Mr. Rogers and Mr. Dress Up if you're Canadian. Just that kind of piano music, jazzy, it blends into the background, coffee house type music, because it helps me focus. It doesn't distract from what I'm writing. And a lot of times you can pick sort of different flavors or moods. And so it'll be more upbeat or more low, and that adds to my writing. And so I have that sound spot. If I have kids that are upstairs and I think it's going to be loud, I'll put my headphones on. But most of the time I play the music out of my phone through a speaker, and I get amazing sound from my little tiny Bose speaker. I love it. So that's temperature. I also have in my bedroom behind me is my heating blanket. So if I'm very cold or I need a change of pace, I have a desk, a lap desk that I can take, and I will sit on my bed and put the heating blanket over me, and I can sit and write there as well. And that way I have privacy up here. It's quieter. Nobody bothers me. They know when I'm writing. I let everybody know I'm doing my writing now, or I'm doing my video right now, and they know to leave me alone and let me get stuff done. And so that's kind of where I'm at. Noting that this year might be different than other years, just because with Nano, more people are working from home. You might not have the space that you had last year. Your schedule may be different. I usually like to write from about 10 a.m. until 12:30. That's kind of my best writing time. And all of my previous nanos, I have done the bulk of my writing between those two times. I can't do that this year. At least I don't think so, because for at least part of November and probably all of November, I will have my grandson here. And during those times, he's hyper and running around, and there's no privacy. So I'm going to have to switch my schedule, and I'm just going to have to learn to write between 1 and 3 or 1 and 3:30, because that's when he's down for his nap. I just have to make that change, and it's not something I'm happy about, but I love him and I love that I'm able to see him. So that's what I'm going to do. Some of you might be working different shifts than you worked previously. I know a lot of the local companies around here have actually closed their third shift. And so third shift employees have been moved. So now you're not having the time that you had before. That requires a lot of change. And so this week, take the time to kind of go through your space, set up a corner that you're going to be doing your writing in, make yourself comfortable, and just get the physical area ready. And so the Nano people on their website, and you can go and look this up, also have the pre-NaNoWriMo non-noveling checklist. So they say stock up on writing fuel. Their comment is that you should plan meals for a month in advance. I don't do that. I plan meals on weekends. And I also tend to write, I attempt to write 2,500 words in a day, which means that I have built-in days for if I have an oops and I don't get enough written. And I mean, I know that's going to happen because I'm sorry, even during the pandemic, there are 5 people in my house, 6 if you count my boyfriend. He'll come over for Thanksgiving, and my grandson and his parents. So, I mean, I'm going to be feeding a whole bunch of people. Those people are all going to be here for Thanksgiving probably, because we're all potting together anyway. So I know I'm not going to get any writing done on Thanksgiving Day. And if I'm really want to be realistic, I know I'm not going to get any writing done the day after either, because I'm going to be sitting with a belly like this going, oh, I ate too much. And that's okay. It's all good. But I need to plan ahead for those things. So that's why I write 2,500 words a day. That's my goal. I will accept 2,000. But I mean, if you take your 30 days of November and divide it into the 50,000 words that you write in order to win NaNoWriMo, you have to write 1,667 words, I think. So call it 1,700 words a day. So if you write 2,000, you're writing an extra 300 a day. That means that every third day you can kind of have a bad day and it's okay. You'll still be ahead. I write 2,500 words a day because I know some weekend days I'm not going to write anything. I'm going to be at the boyfriend's house and I'm not going to want to haul my computer over there. And that's okay. So, that's part of me planning for that. So I plan my meals out by week, and I do a lot of crock pot meals when I'm busy. So for November, there will be a lot of crock pot meals, things that I can prep on the weekend, or I can prep a whole bunch of things in one day and then I just dump them in the crock pot and I don't have to worry about it. Especially important this year because my normal writing time is the morning, and I'm not going to be writing in the morning. I'm going to be writing in the afternoon. So that means that the time that I would normally be preparing dinner, I'm not going to have that time. That's my writing time this year. So I have to plan and make sure my food is in the morning. Okay. Please do use the internet to find crockpot recipes. They're awesome. Divvy up chores is one of the other things they mention. I have a bunch of things which are my chores, which I will admit fall down a lot in November. But again, I have 5 people. There are 5 people living in this house, and generally speaking, they are very generous with their helping time in November because they know how important NaNoWriMo is for me. And so they have been awesome at supporting me as a writer, and they help by doing extra cooking and cleaning so that I can get my writing done. If you have regular chores that include deep cleaning like I do, try and get it done before the end of the month. That way, when you enter November, you've already done that deep clean. I think people are not going to be all that big if you do it on the last day of October instead of the first week of November. Um, if you have projects and stuff due for work or school, try and get them finished in advance or get the deadline extended, although that's not, in my opinion, the right way to do it. Get it done early. If you know about it, do the work early and tell people, I'm doing this early because I do NaNoWriMo and this is important to me. I'm pretty used to when you say that, people are like, oh my God, you're an author? That's so cool. What can I do to help? So, do it. Set up a writing space for yourself. my little beautiful nook here. Make a do not disturb sign. And I actually do this. So I don't do it when I'm doing my videos right now, although I did when I was downstairs in the office. But I have a thing that goes up on the door that says author at work, unless there is blood loss or loss of limbs, things like that. Don't bother me. And I actually put that up on my door when I'm writing, not when I'm scanning the internet or drinking my coffee and checking the news, but when I'm actually physically writing. And the family respects that. And it's wonderful because it's great. And people know they page me. If I'm available, I'll answer, but generally leave me be. Have accountability buddies. And that's one of the big things that I absolutely adore for NaNoWriMo. Okay, I'm friends with people. And if you are a writer writing for NaNoWriMo, friend me. I'm Rev Allyson, REVALLYSON. I'm on there. Please friend me. I want to have zillions of friends. You can all hold me accountable. I'm all for it. And knowing that people are wanting to read what I have to write, that there are people who are waiting for the next book, who want to see what it is that I'm talking about or what the next idea is, that really helps. And if I have a bad week, I can go to my friends and say, oh God, I can't believe I did this. And they're like, oh yeah, we had a bad week last week. You'll do fine next week. You hold each other up and encourage one another and work on it together. And that's a wonderful thing. NaNoWriMo has no in-person writing times this year because of COVID-19. And I respect that. I actually am very excited to hear that. It meant a lot to me to know that they cared that much. But there are virtual write-ins, and I will probably open my Google Room when I'm writing, and you can all stare at me doing this with my double chin, and because when I'm doing my video, my video camera is actually up and pointing down slightly because it makes for a better angle. When it's down on the desk, I look more like this. So yeah, but if you want to watch me write, go for it. And I'll have little chit chats before and after, and people can kind of check in. And if you're looking for ideas, maybe we can help each other. All right. Anyway, that's where I'm at today. Everything is going really well, and this video has gotten a lot longer than I intended it to, but I'm really excited about getting prepped for Nano. I'm nervous because I'm going into, I've never really written this kind of fantasy before, but I really want to. It's dark, gritty fantasy, and I'm excited, and I'm ready to write this. I really am. So yeah, I'm waiting to hit the starting gate on the first day and just sort of get out there and plow through. And I hope that you guys are too. I look forward to writing alongside you and hearing about your successes and your failures. Don't be afraid to share. Remember, drink the water, eat the food, get some exercise and some sunshine, okay? Go enjoy the beautiful fall leaves before they all fall. I love you guys, and I'll see you soon, okay? Bye-bye.